Thank you very much. Are there any questions from the members of the committee? Representative Johnson.
Thank you for your testimony today.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your experience with public transit? Do you use public transit regularly?
I do not. And so, but I did not feel the need that I had to go and ride it in order to be here, because I have kind of taken it upon myself to be the female firearm enthusiast voice on every firearms bill that comes up around here, because I saw that there was a lack of that. And with the work I do with a couple of nonpartisan organizations that have to do with women and firearms, I have met a lot of women, and so I put myself in their situations. I testified a couple weeks ago on an anti-red flag bill because of the women I know coming from domestic violence who have had red flags used against them to disarm them by their abuser. So I haven't been abused domestically either, but I did not feel apologetic for speaking on that as well.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Additional questions? Representative Brown.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hiya.
And thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
You know, I really understand what you say about a woman having a concealed carry, because I know a lot of women who do carry concealed weapons. And you heard me mention about being a school teacher, and I'll admit, as a school teacher, I actually knew teachers who brought guns to school in their purse, okay, because they didn't feel safe.
As someone who trains women, I am not a fan of purse carry. I won't tell them they absolutely can't do it, but I can work with them and give them much better options.
I can always think back to my first year of teaching school when I was teaching at Westport Middle School. We got metal detectors maybe about 2 or 3 weeks after school had started. And the first day we put in metal detectors, we found 5 guns in the bushes. Now, we're talking about 6th, 7th, 8th graders carrying guns. And so the gun-free zone actually made a lot of teachers feel safer, because there you're encouraged not to have guns, whereas this legislation encourages you to carry a gun.
My answer to you on all those type things is interest balancing.
Yeah.
Again, I won't apologize for someone else's feeling good or bad about something should not disarm me, and that's just where I'm at on it. So.
Well, no one's going to try to disarm you. I heard you talk about.
It's a Class D felony if
Well, when I say
if a
disarm,
woman in a dangerous neighborhood or who has a active stalker, she would have to decide to take the bus to get to and from work, to carry, to have a means to defend herself, or face a Class D felony if she gets caught. Yeah, I think you're disarming somebody.
So you were talking about domestic abuse. Did you know in the state of Missouri, if you are convicted of domestic abuse, you can own a firearm, even though federal law says you can't, but in Missouri, you can?
On a misdemeanor charge, correct? I don't know what specifically that misdemeanor charge is. If it's a bad enough charge, make it a felony. Fix it that way.
You see, I've got a bill out there that will, it just mirrors the federal law that says if you've been convicted, you can't have this firearm. And I always say that the only person that should be fighting me on this is a wife beater. Wife beaters are the ones that should be fighting me on this, not the legislature.
Well, I don't think a misdemeanor should make you lose your gun rights. But like I said, I don't know the specific crime that has been acted upon a woman, or a woman acted upon a man, whatever that is. If it's bad enough, make it a felony.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, domestic abuse on a woman is terrible, okay? And I don't know why you would allow an abuser to own a firearm in this state. It makes no sense to me.
Well, I assume it's because of the misdemeanor, but...
It makes no sense, so I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Additional questions? Thank you very much for your testimony. I appreciate it.
And I did come in under my 3 minutes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.